Imagine betting everything on a vision so radical, so far ahead of its time, that almost everyone around you thinks you're crazy. A vision so bold it could transform the way billions of people live, shop, and work. A vision no one else dared to imagine. This is the story of Jeff Bezos, a man who didn't just dream of the future. He trained his mind to see 10 years ahead, turning a tiny online bookstore into the world's biggest retailer, a tech giant, and a cultural phenomenon. How did Bezos build this extraordinary ability to think so far ahead? What invisible mental playbook does he use to make decisions that shape the future, not just the next quarter? Today, we'll pull back the curtain on Jeff Bezos' mindset, the secret science behind Amazon's $1.7 trillion empire, and reveal how you can adopt these principles in your own life. From Wall Street to the garage, the birth of a visionary. Jeff Bezos wasn't always the world's richest man. Comfortable, well-paid, but restless. One day, Bezos stumbled on a statistic. The internet was growing at 2,300% per year. He saw something others didn't. A technological revolution was about to reshape everything. Instead of betting on stocks, he bet on the internet itself. He made a bold decision: quit his lucrative job, pack up his life, and move to Seattle to start a new company, an online bookstore called Amazon. But Bezos wasn't just selling books. He envisioned a platform that could sell everything, a place where customers could find literally anything they wanted, from electronics to groceries, all at their fingertips. Starting out of a tiny garage, Bezos was obsessed with one question: how to build a company that lasts for decades, not just a few years. The key to Bezos' early success was his ability to think beyond today, to build infrastructure and systems that would scale in ways no one else imagined. Amazon's first years were full of challenges, losses, skeptics, and relentless pressure. But Bezos stuck to his long-term vision, even when others doubted. But how did Bezos develop this extraordinary ability to think years ahead, beyond the noise and uncertainty? What mental tools did he use to build this invisible playbook? The power of long-term thinking. Betting on the future, one of Jeff Bezos' core philosophies, is what he calls the regret minimization framework. Before starting Amazon, Bezos asked himself, when I'm 80 years old, will I regret not trying this? This simple mental exercise gave him clarity and courage to take the leap despite the risks. Unlike most companies obsessed with quarterly profits and Wall Street pressure, Bezos focused on decades, 5, 10, even 20 years into the future. In shareholder letters year after year, Bezos reminded investors that Amazon's goal was not short-term profits, but long-term market dominance and customer loyalty. This patience and long-term vision built the foundation for Amazon's later dominance in cloud computing, streaming, AI, and more. But long-term thinking wasn't just about patience. It was about rigorously questioning every decision. What impact will this have 10 years from now? How does this align with our vision for the future? Are we building something sustainable or chasing quick wins? This mindset transformed Amazon from a bookseller into an innovation machine, reshaping entire industries. Long-term thinking gave Bezos clarity, but it wasn't enough on its own. The next piece of his invisible playbook was a relentless focus on one critical element: the customer. Customer obsession, the true north at Amazon. Everything starts and ends with the customer. This principle is not just a slogan, it's Bezos's guiding star. Unlike other companies that obsess about competitors or market trends, Bezos made customer obsession the core of Amazon's DNA. He famously wrote that Amazon's true competitor is the empty chair at the conference table, representing the customer's voice. This led to radical innovations designed to make shopping faster, easier, and more reliable. One-click ordering, so customers never get frustrated by checkout delays. Amazon Primes, fast, free shipping that changed customer expectations forever. Personalized recommendations powered by AI that feel tailor-made. Even when Amazon faced skepticism, huge losses, or bad press, Bezos doubled down on customer experience, believing it was the key to winning in the long run. This obsession shaped every decision Bezos made, not just in retail, but also in cloud computing, video streaming, smart home devices, and more. But obsessing over customers requires embracing uncertainty, a mindset Bezos mastered next. Customer obsession drove Amazon's growth. But how did Bezos train his mind to embrace risk, uncertainty, and even failure? Embracing failure and experimentation. Jeff Bezos built Amazon like a giant laboratory for constant innovation. Bezos famously said, "If you double the number of experiments you do per year, you're going to double your inventiveness." The Kindle revolutionized reading but took years of iteration. Amazon Web Services, AWS, started as a risky bet, but now powers much of the internet. The Fire Phone flop was a rare failure, but Bezos used it as a learning moment. This approach required Bezos to develop mental resilience, the ability to stay calm amid uncertainty and keep pushing forward. Instead of fearing failure, he saw it as a source of valuable data. Experimentation became Amazon's engine for growth and innovation. This mindset helped Amazon pivot, adapt, adapt, and dominate in rapidly changing markets. But innovation at Amazon didn't come from one person. It came from a unique team structure Bezos designed to scale creativity. The two-pizza team and decentralized innovation to think 10 years ahead and innovate relentlessly. Bezos knew Amazon had to stay agile, even as it grew into a tech giant. He implemented the famous two-pizza team rule. Teams should be small enough to be fed with two pizzas. Small teams meant faster decisions, less bureaucracy, and more ownership. Each team had the freedom to innovate independently, solve problems quickly, and launch new products without endless approvals. This decentralized structure helped Amazon stay nimble, moving fast like a startup despite its massive size. It allowed simultaneous innovation across cloud computing, e-commerce, smart devices, video streaming, and more. Bezos believed that small teams are the secret weapon for large-scale innovation. But beyond team structure, Bezos's greatest mental edge was his ability to simplify complex problems and focus on what matters most: clarity and focus. The Bezos mantra. Jeff Bezos is renowned for ruthless clarity. In his words, "We're stubborn on vision, we're flexible on details." He encourages healthy disagreement, but expects disagree and commit, meaning once a decision is made, everyone aligns fully and moves forward. Bezos uses mental models to break down complex challenges into fundamental principles, making decisions clearer and faster. This mental discipline helped Amazon avoid distractions and focus on the highest impact projects. It's a mindset that balances visionary thinking with operational rigor, enabling Bezos to execute on a 10-year vision while managing day-to-day realities. Training your mind to think ahead. Lessons from Bezos. Jeff Bezos's journey teaches us that extraordinary success doesn't come from luck or raw intelligence alone. It comes from training your mind to think long-term and be patient through uncertainty. Obsess relentlessly over customer needs. Embrace failure and experiment boldly. Build small, empowered teams to drive innovation. Maintain ruthless clarity and focus on what matters. This invisible playbook, a mental framework, allowed Bezos to not just predict the future, but build it. The question is, will you start training your mind to think beyond today, to build your own playbook for success over the next decade? Because the future belongs to those who prepare for it